We are now live.
We're live.
Hi, everybody. Hey, guys. Hey.
Wave at the camera. We're live on Facebook. There's Kevin the Hypnotist.
Why are you whispering hypnotist?
Because I'm scared.
Alright, guys, we have a few people already in, so start waving. Say hi.
Hi. They waved at Facebook.
We have Shamila in here, and Kaylin, I think you helped her the other day when she stopped by. Nikki Reeves is here.
You guys ready?
We're ready.
We are ready to go.
You guys, if anybody hears this,
Anybody here been a live before?
Okay. So are you guys excited?
Angelina's gonna volunteer.
Wow, Angelina.
I have no choice now.
Are you nervous? Yeah.
I'm always nervous.
You were really relaxed this morning now.
That's my nervousness, sure.
For everybody that's tuning in, we're just getting set up here, but we're about to start a hypnosis presentation. Everybody that way is just staring.
Okay guys, so let me show you my first trick for the day.
We're live right now, Isaac, so say
Oh.
Yep. Cameras are on you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the owner of Karen Compound.
And
a
he's
slip
done.
By the way, we're going to have good wine after that.
Here you go, Jess.
Yeah.
Really good wine.
And pizza?
The best combination ever.
Oh, man.
Amber is unable to join because she's helping get orders out, but she is watching live, so everybody say hi to Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Being confident in everything. I think confidence is confidence. Yeah.
So we're already live?
We are
We are live.
There's so silent in here. Okay.
We're ready to
We're
go.
fine.
Everybody ready?
Yeah, let's
Isaac, close this
go.
door, so there'll be no distractions. Okay.
Just wide-eyed. Oh,
I want
stuff.
honest answers. Is anybody nervous?
Yes.
Thomas is whispering no word.
Okay,
I'm
so
like,
before we get started, let me give you this. This is my card in case you want to get in contact with me on a personal level after this today. If you have any more questions, that way you have a direct contact to me. Because when we finish this, I'm sure everybody has to go back to their normal everyday activities. And so it'll get a little bit chaotic before we leave. So let me get started and kind of get going on what we're doing here today. For those of you who don't know yet, I am Kevin Stone. I'm a board-certified hypnotherapist right here in the state of California. And I'm known as the Hollywood Hypnotist. And I treat mainly in my private practice major celebrities, sports figures, and anybody who actually wants to make improvements and changes in their lives. With hypnosis, the applications are very, very simple. So today, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to do some demonstrations. We're going to actually ask somebody to actually want to be hypnotized, and if we get to that point, and we'll show you how it looks, what's going to happen. And so I'm going to basically just give you the breakdown and the rundown of how this phenomenon that people really don't understand called hypnosis really, really works. I've been doing this for about over 2 decades, almost 25 years now. And so basically hypnosis is a very natural state. We go in and out of hypnosis about 1,000 times a day. It's a natural state, it really is. Common forms of hypnosis are what they call freeway hypnosis, highway hypnosis, kind of on the highway, freeway, you're driving along, mind your business. Realize you missed your exit somewhere, there's 3 exits back, right? Who have had that experience before? Yeah, everybody in the room. Yeah, that's a common form. Other common forms, childbirth, yoga, karate, it's all hypnosis, they don't call it that. So let me explain to you how this phenomenon works, what's really going to happen. Then we're going to do some simple demonstrations so you can understand how your own mind works. And so once you get in touch with understanding how your mind works, then you can access the power of what we all really have, because it's all within inside of us. And that's kind of how I was as well. I was on the other side of the fence with this. 25 years ago, I went to college for this right here in Tarzana, the only college, accredited college in the United States of America. Well, I didn't have any intentions of becoming a hypnotist. I was just working on more credits for my degree. And lo and behold, here I am 25 years later, because I started to use the applications of hypnosis on myself. And so I started to see the immediate results and went, wow, I didn't realize I had this within me. You see, as the hypnotist, I don't have any special powers. I don't have any magic. I'm not going to sprinkle dust on anybody and then you instantly change. You see, we all have this within ourselves. And so I'm going to show you that today and how that works and how to access the power that you really have through the modality, through the tool of hypnosis, because it is a very, very powerful tool. So we'll start with, and if you have your pads and pens, you might want to write this down for notes in the future. We'll start with this circle. This circle will represent your mind. Now the mind is broken up into 3 different sections. This being your conscious area of mind, which is a makeup of 12% of your brain's capacity. This is your critical factor, which is a filter that separates the two minds. We'll get to that in a moment. And then this is your subconscious mind, which is 88% of your brain's capacity. Now you can already see what this model on the wall, what part of your brain is more dominant. Obviously, it's the subconscious mind. So that's the mind that we think that we're all using to make our daily decisions, to do the things that we do in our lives and the behavior that we have, right? Not the case. This here does not think for itself. Mind does not think for itself, so therefore it has to be told what to do. So it takes generally 21 times for that to happen, and I didn't come up with that number. That is a scientific number that they created. Does anybody know about the testing of Pavlov's dog? Did you ever hear about that? Yeah. Pavlov's dog is a scientist, and he basically is a behaviorist. And what he did with the dog was basically he trained the dog to not be hungry unless he rang a bell. So every time the bell would ring, the dog would salivate, therefore the dog would be hungry. Otherwise, if he didn't hear the bell, the dog would not be hungry. So that's the same concept and same principle as a hypnotic phenomenon to actually change the modality of our thinking. Okay? So we talked about subconscious. This critical factor in this conscious mind is what we think we're using daily. We really use about 3% of our brain's capacity. That's how little we really use, and we still haven't really discovered how much of that brain capacity is the full potential of what we can actually use. We're still learning those processes, but hypnosis is a direct access to controlling our mind power. Okay? So what happens is we get information all day long. Now that information, just like the information you're receiving right now, could be positive information or negative information. It does not matter to mind. So it filters in all day long into the conscious mind, and then we go to sleep at night. What happens is this critical factor I talked about a little bit earlier becomes a doorway. And what happens is, how that happens is we, through our dream and through our REM state of our sleeping process, this information now flows down into this area right here. It becomes a known. And like I said, it takes 21 times for something to become a positive known, so therefore it's automatic in the brain. 21 times for that to become a habit, so we have positive information coming in and negative information. It does not matter to mind. Once it's now into the subconscious mind, it now is an automatic habit, a behavior. So, we have behaviors that we don't like, behaviors that we do like, and things we want to change. I'm sure everybody in this room, if you really sit down and think about it, including myself, wants to change something in their lives. Like I mentioned, I've been doing this for about 25 years. There are still changes in my life to this day that I'm still working on because I'm human. And so those changes are every day. And so my job as the hypnotist is recreate this same sleep-like state. You don't become a zombie, you don't blank out. Like I said, I don't get any magic dust sprinkled on you and some magical thing happens to you or your behavior. It just doesn't work that way. Again, it takes 21 times for something to become the conditioned habit reflex. With hypnosis, we're able to accelerate that number much faster, or sometimes it does take 21 times. So once the information's in, it's now completely programmed. So my job as the hypnotist, again, is to recreate the same sleep-like state. You don't blank out, but you go into a very euphoric, very relaxed, comfortable state. It's more or less on the lines in parallel to yoga. Does anybody do yoga here in the room? Yep. Or meditation. Okay. Karate. All those things are higher awareness focused state. Athletes call it the zone. It's the same principle, it's the same concept as when we get into that frame of mind. Hypnosis is the exact same thing. So my job, when we create the same sleep-like state, is to take those negative belief systems that you have in your mind and make them into a positive. And that's how simple it really is. But I cannot do that alone. You see, as a hypnotherapist, it takes two. It's a relationship. So you have to allow yourself to go into the state, and I act as the guide. I'm the person who takes you where you need to go to get into that state to actually deprogram the negative and reprogram the positive. So your brain is like a giant computer system. And so the information coming in, and just like on my computer, I have a trash can. And so when my computer gets too full, I have to take the stuff to the trash can, empty it out, and then therefore my computer starts to operate 100% again. So basically that's the same concept with this. Does everybody have any questions about what we call, this is called the theory of mind and how hypnosis works? Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, so I guess I've done my job thoroughly and explained it correctly. So good. So that's the basic principles of hypnosis. So I'm going to show you, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, how hypnosis works and why it's a natural state and why we're not really aware of it. But once we become aware, again, knowledge is power, and we're able to utilize those tools in our lives to make the effective changes that are possible. Now, most hypnotists, including myself and how I started out, right out of college, are known for smoking and weight. Is there any smokers here in the room that want to stop today? Okay. Anybody who want to lose some weight today? Okay. So we have a couple of people who want to lose weight. Okay, that's fine. And so that's basically what hypnotists are known for, because that's seemingly what the best result rates are. Well, my methods and my techniques over the years, I've been able to refine them because I get the luxury and I get the opportunity to hypnotize about 1 million, point where you don't even have to come to my private practice anymore. You don't have to make, get in your car, drive down there, inconvenience yourself the entire day just to set up an appointment to come and see me. So the technology has allowed myself to do things through Skype, and most of my sessions are now done directly over the phone. So I didn't actually have to make an appearance here today because I did drive up from San Diego. And so I could have phoned it in and basically gotten the same experience. But because of the people who are involved here, and I'm very grateful for being here, and they're very excited, and I decided to make the trip up and really kind of explain to everybody what's really happening. And Isaac is really your boss, and he's the one who's really said, he's got a great heart. And so I really am attracted to people with that same heart, because I'm in the people business and I'm here to help people help themselves. And so we have the same heart. So when we got into a conversation about how he wants to do this, I said, absolute. You want to help the people that work for your company, and you want to expand their mind and really discover the power that they have within themselves, because he has himself as well. I said, absolute. I'll come and we'll do this, and we'll explain it to everyone just to give them an idea about what the opportunity you have before you. So I'm suggesting, even with me being here today, like I said, we're going to hopefully get somebody up here to show you how hypnosis looks and all that kind of thing. So if we get that one volunteer, if we don't, that's fine. It makes no difference to me whatsoever. But I am suggesting that you take full advantage of this opportunity and what is happening today. This is a very, very rare, unique experience, as well as for myself. And so the time that we're going to share together, we're going to make some history here, and we're going to have a lot of fun. But I do recommend really taking advantage of something that you already have, and I'm going to show you how to access that power. So any questions so far? Okay, this is a smart group. All right, either that or I'm doing my job. Okay, so let's do a couple of things just to show you how hypnosis works. Again, I'm not going to hypnotize anyone, but I'm going to show you how your mind works, and how, again, hypnosis is a very natural state, and how we go in and out of hypnosis 1,000 times a day on a natural basis. And I'm sure some of you who work here, how many work at just behind a desk? Well, that's all of you. Okay, most of you. Okay, so you'll find that sitting behind that desk, your mind starts to wander, right? Or like when you were back in school, weren't really paying attention to the teacher, or maybe even now, you're not even really paying attention to me because your mind is somewhere else, right? That is a hypnotic state where you're taking yourself to where you feel comfortable. So what we're going to do is we're going to share some cool things and how hypnosis works. And again, we're not going to actually hypnotize you. We're just going to show you some of the similarities of how hypnosis works. So all you have to do is sit straight in your chairs, put your feet flat on the floor. Excellent. Now, if your hands are not free, you probably want to make them free just for the moment. We can start filming all this stuff a little bit later because we're going to be here for a little while, and so you'll get all the filming you want to do. Or just leave your phones on, however you want to do it, it's fine with me. Okay? All I need you to do now is sit straight in your chairs, feet flat on the floor. Good. Now, all I need you to do is take your arms, extend them out just like this. Excellent. Don't lock out your arms, just put them up. Good. Now, all you have to do is go ahead and close your eyes. So you guys, if you're going to hold the phones, this isn't going to work for you. So just believe it. Are you guys doing the filming live?
We're live.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was this one. Okay,
No,
so you do your thing.
Sorry.
All right, you'll miss this part, but you get the other stuff. It's fine. So go ahead and extend your arms out like this. Okay, all you have to do now, folks, is go ahead and close your eyes and focus and concentrate on my voice. And as you do in a few moments, my staff will be walking around checking for your valuables, your wallets, purses. No, I'm kidding. Just leave your eyes closed, focus and concentrate on my voice. Now I want you to use your mind. Not because I say so, because I really want you to experience your mind. So I want you to visualize, I want you to imagine, I want you to think about that I've just placed in one of your hands. You make all the decisions. $1 million in cold hard cash. One, you start to feel the texture of that money. It could be smooth, cold, hot, rough. You decide it's your money, it's in your mind on one of the hands that you've chosen. Two, you start to feel the weight of that money as you do. So your hand starts to drag down into your lap, becoming heavier and heavier now with the sound of my voice. The more you think about the money, the heavier the money continues to get. Heavier, heavier, heavier. The more you visualize, the more you imagine that money, the heavier that hand continues to get. The more you resist the weight of that money, the heavier it gets. Three, size of money just increased in size by $2 million. The more you feel the weight of the money, the heavier the hand gets. The other hand becoming lighter and lighter, starting to lift up, lifting and rising, lighter and lighter. Four, size of money just increased size again. $5 million is in your hand that you've placed there. The more you resist the weight, the heavier the money continues to get. Heavier, 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 dragging down into your lap. I want you to freeze right there. Do not move. Open your eyes. See how well you've imagined, visualized, and thought about what's happening in your hand. Very, very good. I like her back in the world. Look at her. It's like $5 million in her hand. That's imagination. That's creativity. That's using your mind. That's really digging down deep inside and realize what's happening. You can relax your hands now. Very, very good. So you can already start to see how the process of hypnosis is working. And why is it working? Because you're allowing it to work. You're allowing what has just happened of the suggestions that I gave you to enter your computer system, your mind, and to start taking effect. Not because I say so, it's because it's your desire to allow yourself to do that. And again, like I said, as a hypnotist, I don't have any magical powers. I have a guiding system to get you to where you need to go to get in touch with the most powerful part of your brain, 88% of your brain's capacity, where all of our information is stored. It is a filing cabinet. And we've traced it all the way back to where we're taking in information from our mother's womb. That's when the brain starts to become effective and powerful and starts to receive information. So again, the information coming in is positive and negative. So what I want you to think about today, folks, is what you would like to change here today if that's something you want to do. Because I did mention take advantage of this opportunity of what is happening. And so only one thing to change, because we cannot do multiples. Now sometimes we can do multiples when we go into the state of hypnosis because some of the other things are kind of relate to the main issue of what you want to change. So in other words, I cannot do smoking and weight at the same time. Those are two heavy issues that cancel each other out. So we can only do one issue per time with that big heavy one, but we can also include, let's say it was weight, we can include confidence, self-esteem, and we can go right down the road because those are the minor issues that kind of relate to the bigger issues, so I can combine those. So if you're thinking about what it is you'd like to change today, we can make those changes. And those are the experiences that I have either in small groups like this or when I perform in front of 10,000 people in an arena with an audience. We invite people up on stage and we have a full comedy hypnosis show because I also do those. And We have instant changes with people right there happening. And you know, again, like I mentioned, I've been doing this for 25 years. And it even puts me in shock and awe as well. Because I know for me on a personal level, like some of you in this room, it took me about 5 years to get to a certain level of hypnosis to really allow it to take effect and take immediate response. Because of my background, my analytical mind, my skepticism, I just didn't allow these things because it was being blocked by this conscious thinking of what I really believed. And so once I got past that, I really started to open up my mind and make those changes now instantly and effectively and permanently. So that's how the applications of hypnosis work. So let me give you an example. 2 weeks ago, I was at doing a show. It was a big show for a corporate event, and we had everybody come up on stage, and there was this guy, and we had about 30 people on stage, and he basically sat on this side over here. Now, I didn't know any of this till after the performance was over, and I generally don't know anything because, you know, there's no time to talk, there's no time to discuss anything, kind of like what happened today. I came into the room, you guys are ready, boom, we start our process, right? So anyway, during this performance, the gentleman came up, and after the show, he had come over to me and he said, "Can I borrow the microphone?" And generally, I don't give up the microphone because, again, when I'm done with my performance, like when I'm done here today, you guys are going to move on to what you need to do for the rest of your day. Basically, the show's over. They go on to the next, whatever's happening in that meeting. So I said, "What's going on?" He goes, "Well, like you said in the beginning of your program, if you come up here to have a good time, be part of the show, you get to change something in your life." Because that's what I do in my programs. That's why I do the programs. That's why I'm even here today. To educate, uplift, and inspire people to understand the applications of hypnosis and the power we have within ourselves. So during my stage productions, it's the same thing. So what happened with him was, long story short, he didn't want to come up on the stage. He didn't want to volunteer. He didn't want to take any advantage of what was happening because of his concerns of fear, what he thought about hypnosis, and all that kind of thing. So what ended up happening was, he's telling me that his wife had just seen me on television. I just finished doing MTV's Teen Mom. And so she saw what I did with them and how I helped them and facilitate, you know, positive things in their life. And so she knew what was happening. Well, he was a 40-year smoker. 2.5 packs a day, Camel non-filters, one of the worst cigarettes you could possibly smoke. And so he didn't want to stop. There was nothing in his body or his mind that wanted to stop, but his wife wanted him to stop for health reasons, other reasons, etc. So basically what happened was, he was in the program, he didn't believe in hypnosis, he didn't think he could do it. All of these things that we think about of that critical factor in our mind that blocks us from receiving positive information, he was probably one of the funniest and one of the best people that I can remember in any of my 25 years of doing performances as a stage hypnotist. And when you make me laugh after 25 years of doing these shows and hypnotizing about 1 million people a year, that speaks in volumes because I've seen it all and I've done it all, right? And so he was the funniest ever. I couldn't, it was just, he had me laughing. I really delayed a lot of the show because it was such, you know, belly laughter. And so what he ended up doing, because I give the powerful suggestions like I'm going to do today, and he basically changed his life. He basically had a brand new pack of cigarettes, 1 cigarette taken out, and he basically crumbled above, this is the microphone part, announcing to the whole 700 people, he's basically announced smoker, crumbled cigarettes, threw them down, and that was it. 2 weeks later, he said, "Call me, let me know what's happening," and he's still now a non-smoker to this day. So those are the kind of things that can happen. And I'll also share another personal story with you on a therapeutic level, because like I said, I do both. I do the entertainment side to educate, uplift, and inspire, but as well as the hypnotherapy part of it. And that's more what we're focusing on today, of how you can make those changes. But any kind of hypnosis that you can get involved with is what, of course, I say get involved with, because it's an amazing euphoric experience. So I'll share something with you of something that happened just a couple of weeks ago. And people come to me all the time and say, "Well, who can be hypnotized?" And my answer is everyone. And with a very good hypnotist and a well-trained hypnotist, you can basically help and guide, facilitate anyone to get from A to where you want to go to make the changes in your life. So a lot of what ends up happening, especially when I do my stage performances, I always have parents come to me with issues not only with themselves, but most importantly, their children. And they say to me, you know, I don't know anyone who can hypnotize children. I also have been to many doctors and specialists to help my child, but nothing seems to work. I think that this will work for my child. Well, here's my personal story that I'm going to share with you that happened a couple of weeks. And like I mentioned, I can pretty much, with the techniques and the experience that I have to this point, I can pretty much hypnotize a child from 5 years and up. So 5 to 500. Anyone who's willing and wanting to be hypnotized and go into that state, they can make the changes. So I received a phone call to my office, and it was from a woman who had a child who was very young. I think it was a 6-year-old or 6 or 7-year-old child. And basically the issue was he was having problems with his thumb sucking. At this point, if you're a parent, you know that, you know, when you get into that age range, it's a little much at this point, and pretty much it needs to stop. No doctor could help. Nobody was really there to facilitate, and so the parent, of course, was overwhelmed and bewildered with, oh, I don't know how to fix this, but I would like to fix this, and, you know, have my child focus on what needs to be focused on. So we successfully hypnotized the child, and the unique one with this, here's the other thing, the question that I get. Well, Kevin, you know, you say hypnosis is done with language, with words. Yep, that's exactly how it's done. And so in this particular situation, the child did not understand English. Not fully, it was broken English, but they didn't understand enough to effectuate the work that I wanted to do. So what I actually did is I actually made the mother the hypnotist, and through me, which hopefully we get to some of the demonstrations today and how I'm going to show you how your mind works, through me, through her, we're able to effectively, in hypnotherapy, help that child, and we have great success with it. So those are the things that can happen with the applications of hypnosis, and that can happen to you today as well. So I've shared 2 amazing stories with you, and I've seen some phenomenal things over the years. And not only seen those things, but like I've mentioned, personal changes within myself to get me to this point. So I'll share this one more story with you on my own personal journey. There was a time in my life, and there still is that time, and I struggle with this, that I'm highly introverted. And I know it doesn't seem or appear that way because I'm in front of you. So a highly introverted individual, and there's some of you in this room already, and I know who you are, and you know who you are, won't even get up in front of 2 people and have this conversation. It's very uncomfortable, it's awkward, it's difficult. And so on my journey, being a shy, introverted man, going through high school, going through college, never really could see myself doing this, never really wanted to be doing this, quite frankly. And quite frankly, I'm still introverted, but I have more control over it. I have a very strong balance that allows me to get up and have this lecture or stage shows in front of 10,000 people and really be able to share my passion and the things that I've learned through the applications of hypnosis. So that's just one of the changes that I made almost immediately. Actually, the first change I made was I was a nail biter. I used to take them all the way down, and I was in my 30s still biting my nails. And I thought, how disgusting is that for a grown man to be biting his nails and still putting his fingers in his mouth? So that was the first change that I made. Second was gaining more confidence and self-esteem, so I'm able to get up in front of people and have conversations and just talk about, again, the applications of hypnosis, and here I am today. So those are some of the life changes that I've made. So what I'm doing is I'm encouraging you here today to, again, think about, if you want to make some changes today, I'm going to give you those tools. I'm going to leave here with that you're going to have great information and tools that you're going to make those changes right here, right now. And some of you some of you, not all of you, and maybe all of you, I don't want to discount that, but some of you are going to make that change right here, right now, just like our good friend who was our smoker a couple of weeks ago, and he made that change right there live on stage. So that's the exciting things about what is going to happen here today and the applications of hypnosis. So any questions so far? Oh, you guys are good.
Has anybody asked questions, guys, on live? No? Okay, just wondering.
Oh, that's right, our live audience too. You guys tuning in, any questions or anything at all? Send them in, we'll pause, and I'll try to answer them as best as I possibly can. So I guess I'm having a really good day because I'm being very thorough and I'm able to convey the information very simply so you guys can understand it. Because quite frankly, when I got into this, it was so overwhelming. And plus my belief system at the time, because I was a skeptic and I was just like, no, this is not real. This is not what I was taught when I was growing up as a boy. This is evil, it's demonic, all of that. I wasn't really comprehending what was really happening of how I was being taught. And I was in college learning this. And so I was always on the other side of the fence. And then again, what kind of took me on the other side was I went on a field trip to Cedars-Sinai Hospital right here, which now my office ended up becoming directly across from Cedars-Sinai in Beverly Hills. And I watched a C-section being performed in hypnosis where there was no epidural, there was no drugs, there was nothing. The guy came in, basically hypnotized her, and the C-section was performed. And so that was what was amazing to me. I was behind the glass, and I was the guy in class, you know, with the other guys, like, yeah, whatever, no way, this stuff's not real, blah, blah, blah. And then he comes in, does the whole thing, they're ready. I'm like, wow, how's this really working? It's like a movie. And then bam, and then my mouth just went to the floor. Mm-hmm. And so from that point, my belief system started to change. I said, wow, what is this stuff? How's this stuff really work? And how can I use that within myself? Because again, like I said, it's within you. I'm just showing you how to access it, get in touch with it, make the changes inside your own computer system. Okay, so let's try something else. So sit up straight in your chairs again, feet flat on the floor. Awesome. Now everybody take your hands, put them up like this. Now fold them down just like this. Take your two fingers. If you're at home, over on social media, you can follow along. If you're at your computer, you guys are hands-free. So take your fingers, put them up just like this. About 1 inch apart. Excellent. Now don't look at me, look directly down the center of your two fingers. Concentrate on my voice. You'll find it starting right now. Those two fingers will start to move in closer and closer together. As if there's two magnets pulling the fingers closer and closer together. They will touch. When they do touch, you reach the height of your suggestibility. As I continue to move in, pulling and tugging, tugging, pulling, closer, closer, touching, 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 closer, closer, closer. The more you resist them from touching, the more they will touch. Touching, 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 closer, 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 closer. Good, you can relax. Relax your fingers. Let them loose. Let them loose. There you go, my friend. Yeah. Yeah, good for you. What's your name?
Rashad.
Rashad?
Yeah, Rashad.
Rashad.
Yes.
Okay, it's very sexy, isn't it? Yeah, good for you, man. Excellent. Very good. Now, here you go. Simple suggestion once again. Did I do that? No. I am already speaking to your mind and giving it suggestions to have the reaction of what's happening with your fingers. Now, you could have just stayed there all day long and never moved, but you didn't. Why? Because you're allowing it to happen. What you think is what you become and what you will succeed with. And with my help and my guidance, you're going to achieve the results of whatever it is you want to change. So those are the simple things of how I tell you how environmental hypnosis is alive and well and how it works. This is why everybody here in this room is wearing the different types of jewelry you're wearing, different types of clothing, shoes, because you're all suggestible to whatever that marketing is. That's why we're not all wearing the same things. We're not robots. And hypnosis doesn't make people a robot. It gets in touch of your personal power to make the changes that you're looking for in your life. Okay? Any questions so far? Okay, so you guys ready to try a little bit of the formal hypnosis and go into a hypnotic state and feel that? It'll be yes or no, folks.
Yes.
See, actuality, to be quite frank, I've already started the hypnotic process. I started it the moment I entered the room. And that's how simple it is. So when you understand it and you can identify with it, just like your personal issues that you might want to change, you can understand it quickly. Again, knowledge is power. What you believe is what you become. It's just about the information. Okay? So let's do one more thing before we actually start the formality stuff. And this is some of the stuff I do in my entertainment programs. Rashaj?
Vishal.
Vishal.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to help me out?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's give him a nice round of applause. I'm going to change that name because I'm having a struggle with it, pronouncing it. So I get to do that because I'm the hypnotist.
Excuse
So
me,
by the time,
by what time will be done?
what time do you want me to be done?
I need to leave at 2:20 to pick up my check.
Okay.
Is it enough? Because I
Yeah, that'll be enough.
text.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be enough. Oh, you want to stay? I get you. You want to stay?
I'll pick him up tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're videotaping it, so the
Yeah.
part you miss, you can watch it online
Yeah.
later.
Yeah,
Because these
Mr.
great
Gregorian.
people right here. I guess one's Instagram, one's Facebook. What do you both?
Instagram, Facebook.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So one more.
So yeah. Okay.
And you can tune in live.
So, are you warm with that jacket on?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to? Yeah. Now, and I want to demonstrate. I want to show you something. And I normally wouldn't do this again. We're going to have we're going to have a great time with all kinds of things that are going on. Now, you see the simple suggestion I just gave him? What did I just say? Are you warm with that jacket? His mind automatically went to, oh yeah, I think I'm a little warm. I didn't have to take the jacket off. He could have said, no, I'm comfortable with the jacket on. I have a jacket on, and I'm very comfortable. Right? But you see how the hypnotic phenomenon and suggestion is that powerful. That's how quickly it works. Powerful stuff, folks. Okay, so, my good man, all you have to do is stand up straight for me. You know what? We're going to come over here. Sorry for you guys on right there. So just stand up straight for me. Okay, put your hands down by your side. Keep your hands out of your pocket. I'm doing a lecture today. Somebody got that, good. Good for you. All right, so stand right there for me. All you have to do, that's all you have to do. So what do you do for this company?
I'm a data analyst.
Wow, okay. So this is my analytical, okay? Just like me. Okay, the analyticals have a much more difficult time with the process because they're trying to find the scientific evidence. They're trying to put it together to really understand how the process works. Well, let me give you an insight. There is no magic. There is no thing. It's as simple as what I'm telling you. And so for me, like I said, it took me 5 years to get to a certain level with the hypnotic phenomenon, right? But not him. But he is analytical, but the analytical is a little bit more difficult. And there's a few of you here in this room, like I mentioned, and a few introverts in this room, like I mentioned, that struggle with that. So I'm just telling you up front so you can overcome that and see beyond it of what's really happening. And that's why it's so great for him to even be doing this, because even as an analytical, I can guarantee you he struggles with his own introvertness, right?
Yes.
You see? You see, these are the behavior patterns that go along with that type of behavior, right? And so once you understand behavior and how it works, that's why as a hypnotist, I can change the belief system. Because the belief system, once it starts to build up inside the mind, it becomes what it is. And that's good and bad, you see? So when you identify it as something that's not healthy and you want to change your life, that's when we can make the changes. And that's when my job becomes effective, right? And then you can take it to the next levels where, again, like a mechanic who works on a car, right? Well, we all can learn how to do that. We can fix our own cars. Well, the same thing with hypnosis. Once my job is done as the therapist, I can then teach you self-hypnosis, and then you can make the application, do the applications on your own. But some people take a little bit of time with that. So they hire somebody like me to come in, like the mechanic, to fix their computer, right? Same thing. All right, so we're gonna do some really cool things with the mind. And then I wanna show you the process of again, feeling it and what that's really gonna be like. And then if we get to the point where we'll take one person and we'll do some work with them right here live and show you how a little bit of a glimpse and insight as to what happens inside my private practice as a hypnotherapist. Because those things, again, they're not really filmed, they're very private, they're very exclusive. And again, today I don't have to even really know the issues. Just like I didn't know the issue of that smoke room guy that I did a couple of weeks ago, I don't need to know what the issues are. But we can make those applications and be effective right here with that. And again, like I said, I give you my card. Afterwards, if you want to discuss things on a one-on-one with me and that on a private level, again, everything's confidential, everything stays within me. So, let's do some cool things with the mind without doing the hypnosis yet. Okay? So, you ready?
Yes.
Excellent. All I need you to do, you see that light up there? All I need you to stare at it. I need a big smile on your face. Bigger. There you go. Teeth are good. Excellent. I'm sorry.
Good.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm sorry. I love that. You're awesome, man. Good for you. All right, there you go. That's all you need to do. A big smile and look at the light. There you go. Analyze the light. Okay, this is what I call a hypnodisc. Now, this is what you see on TV and the movies, and this is what things become sensationalized in those things that they think, okay, this is where the hypnotist has powers and all this crazy stuff. I'm telling you now, folks, this is not how it works. And I don't hypnotize you with this disc. I don't get to watch out all these stereotypic things that people know hypnotists for. That's not how it works. But I'm going to show you something really cool with this disc and show you how your mind, again, works and how you're going to have a good understanding of, hopefully, by the time we leave here today, how that basically works. So I'm going to step back just a little bit, my friend. One more back, just because we need a little bit of the distance. I was going to work today because the room's kind of set up a little bit differently. What's going to happen is, folks, I'm going to start spinning this disc round and round. You're going to look at this white spot right here, and don't take your eyes off of it. When I do ask you to take your eyes off it, I'll tell you exactly what you need to do. So I'm going to spin it, look at the white spot, and just let your mind relax, body relax, eyes relax. I'm not hypnotizing you. This is not how hypnosis works. And I'm going to show you something your mind can do that you did not know was possible. Your job here and on social media is just to stare at that white spot. Let your mind relax, body relax, eyes relax, and focus. You see, hypnosis is about focus, it's about concentration, it's about allowing yourself to experience something that you didn't realize you could experience, and just letting yourself go. Trusting and allowing the process to take effect. In a moment, I'm going to count to the number 3. When I get to the number 3, you're going to take your eyes off of this spot, and you go look at our good friend's nose, but don't do it until I ask you to do so. Again, this is not hypnosis. I'm not hypnotizing you, but I am showing you how your mind works and what your mind can do once you allow it to take effect and to reach your maximum potential. So get ready. I'm going to count to 3. Look at his nose only. You'll see something really cool. 1, 2, get ready at home, and 3. Do it now.
What?
Very cool, right? Yeah. Now you guys probably had a little bit of difficulty with it because you're too close. But if you really want to get this, you probably want to just stand up and go over there because we're going to do it again. You saw it? Good. So was it big or was it small?
Big. No, actually, his face is like
Space.
Get big.
Oh,
Yeah.
wanna go over there?
Right. Yeah. So if you really want to see, just go stand over there when you come back to your chair. I wonder if anybody on social media got it. If you did, just say yes, no, whatever. Say this is a total joke, whatever you want to do. Just put it out there. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I've heard it all. So, so there you go. That's again, we're going to do it again because we're going to do it in the other direction. It's going to be completely, totally different this time, right? And so that's some of the application and again, how the mind works. Did I do that? Nope. Again, your mind did that because of this particular illusion of what happens with this hypnodisc, which creates that phenomenon in your mind. And it happens because you wanted it to happen. Okay? So we'll do it again. This time will be better than the first. You ready?
Still, yeah.
Oh, okay. So what happened was there was a hole. Okay. You ready? What are you thinking about?
No, I'm just looking at the light.
Excellent. That's excellent. Do me a favor, put your zipper up. No, I'm kidding. Just go and hold it. Okay, good job, man. You're doing awesome. Big teeth?
Sorry, I picked him.
Okay, so here we go. All right, we're going to do it the other direction. Here we go. Again, focus, concentrate. If you didn't get it on the first time, you didn't do anything wrong. Again, there's no right or wrong. Again, it's allowing that critical factor to allow yourself to experience what is happening so you get in touch with the most powerful part of your brain and reach your maximum potential. So stare at the white spot. Let your mind relax, body relax, eyes relax. In a moment, again, I'll count to 3. Till I get to 3, You take your eyes off the spot, you look at our good friend's nose, you will see something once again that your mind is going to do, that you're going to allow it to do, that you didn't think was possible through this process. So focus, concentrate. If you got it on the first time, this time will be even better than the first. So here we go. I'm going to count to 3. Get ready. 1, 2, and 3. Check it out.
This is so cool.
So that time, what happened?
It shrunk. Yeah, it shrunk.
His head gets smaller, right? Cool. Give him a nice round of applause. You're going to have a seat, my friend. Did you get it that time?
Yeah, I got
it. Again, that's the applications and simplicity of hypnosis. You allow yourself to accept suggestions. In this case, you're aware of it, right? Most of the times, like I said, because we're not aware, there's a million suggestions that are coming into our lives all day long, right? Until then we go to sleep. What it ends up becoming is they drop into the subconscious mind and become a permanent without even knowing. Again, mind does not think for itself. We have to tell it what to do, and so that way when we have negative things in our lives, like let's say weight gain, we can reverse the weight gain because you learned how to eat, and then you can reverse the weight, right?
Please.
Exactly. And so since you were very transparent about that, how much would you like to lose?
80 pounds?
80?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I want to be skinny. Okay, I would be fine with like 30 or 40.
Okay, good. That's more realistic. Right?
And I'm going to hire you.
Thank you so much. So, okay, so any questions so far about the process of the hypnosis? No. Okay, so now we're all going to experience a little bit of hypnosis. Okay? I'm going to take you into a very mild, not that I've already done it, quite frankly, like I said, you're already in hypnosis being in this room. Our viewers are already in an environmental hypnotic state. But to effectuate the work and to allow the work to become permanent, we go through the formal applications of hypnosis. Now I'm going to take you all the way into the hypnotic process, but I am going to get you into a state where you can actually feel what's happening within your body. And you may feel some physiological changes, like your body becoming heavy, light, tingly, cold, warm. Everyone experiences something different. No one is the same in a hypnotic state. There is no two the same. Everything is different. And then once we do that, we're going to do a couple other things, and then we're going to wrap it up. If you guys don't have any questions, we'll move forward from there. Or if our social media doesn't have any questions, we'll wrap it up as quickly as we can. So again, all you have to do, folks, go ahead and sit straight in the chairs, feet flat on the floor. Excellent. See, some of you are already going there because I've already given those suggestions. Put your hand flat on top of your lap. Excellent. Yep. And now all you have to do is focus and concentrate on my voice. When you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes. And as I mentioned to you earlier, folks, hypnosis is done with words. And by the way, if you're on social media and you're driving, pull over. You don't want to have this experience while driving your vehicle or operating any heavy machinery. But I'm not going to go through the full hypnotic process. I'm going to just allow you to experience it to a level of environmental or a little bit beyond environmental. So as you focus and concentrate on my voice, your eyes remain closed. All the outside sounds, normal everyday sounds, just disregard them. Anything you hear from this moment forward would help you to focus and concentrate on relaxing your mind, your bodies completely, totally, in every way. In a few moments, I'm going to hypnotize all of you in this room, as well as our willing viewers. The exact same way as I would hypnotize all of the major celebrities and sports figures that you see on your motion picture and television screens. It is a technique that I have been perfecting for well over 2 decades. All you have to do, folks, is focus, concentrate, allow yourself to go into this powerful state of mind called hypnosis and experience what is going to be happening to reach your maximum potential right here, right now. In a few moments, I want you to visualize, imagine, think about once again that you're standing on top of a staircase, a beautiful staircase of 20 stairs. Now this is your staircase, one that you're creating in your mind's eye now. This staircase could be made out of wood, cement, brass, gold. It could have heavy plush red carpeting. It could not. You decide it's your staircase. However, in a few moments, we're going to start walking down those stairs together. You're literally, physically going to move your legs and feet up and down as high as you possibly can while we are walking down your staircase. Now, I realize that at this point, for some of you, Your feet and legs are extremely heavy, but you will try to move those legs and feet up and down as much as you possibly can. Because the more you try and move them up and down, the deeper into this hypnotic state of mind you're going to go. So focusing, concentrating now, you're standing on top of the 20th stair, you're looking down, the staircase could be made out of wood, cement, brass, gold, could be heavy plush red carpeting, it could not, it's your staircase, you decide. Once you're walking down those stairs, 2 heavy hand railings on each side, in your mind, starting with your left foot and leg, raising up into the sky, walking down to number 19. Excellent. Feet and legs continue to move now. Number 18, number 17, number 16, number 15, number 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Relax and let it go. Every muscle, bone, fiber, cell in your body becoming limp, loose, and relaxed completely and totally in every way. Now, because I say so, it is your desire to allow the experience and this phenomenon to take full effect in your mind and body. In a moment, I'll count to number 3. All of you are going to remain in this stage of hypnosis. I didn't take you in as I would in a hypnotherapy process. It goes in a little bit deeper because I'm going to keep you in a very light state. But I just wanted you to experience it. I just want you to understand what's really happening with your mind and body. So you remain hypnosis, but every time I suggest the words deep sleep, sleep, snap my fingers, touch your body in any way, shape, or form, only serves for your purposes for your physical bodies to relax, collapse, your eyes automatically shut down. You'll drop down to this powerful state of mind deeper and deeper every single time. Does everybody understand that? Nod your head yes now. Excellent. I'm going to count to 3. Remain in hypnosis until I take you out of hypnosis. And again, every time I suggest the words deep sleep, sleep, snap my fingers, touch your body any way, shape, or form, your physical body relax, collapse, drop down to this powerful state of mind deeper and deeper every single time. I'm going to count to 3. Open your eyes. Look at me feeling wonderful. 1, 2, and 3. Eyes open. Good. Sit up straight, folks. Excellent. Now I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, not only for everyone here in the room, but for our social media, and just to get a good idea. So, beautiful. What is your name? Natasha, how do you feel? Is your body heavy, light, tingly? Explain to us, how do you feel?
Body feels heavy and my hands feel cold.
Cold. Okay. Anything else we need to know about right now?
No.
Good. Good to see you, Natasha. Shake my hand. There we go. And she's very heavy, too. You see how it took a little bit for her hand to come up? Because she's very lethargic. These are some of the things that happen in hypnosis. So, Natasha, right? Just look at me. Hi. Yeah. Now, you see how she wants to go back into hypnosis, right? That's because it feels so good. This is like a mini vacation, right? But don't go until I tell you to do so, as you're under my guidance right now, and I want to make sure we're still in a safe environment. So look at me, Natasha. Nice deep breath. Here we go. And sleep. Eyes closed. Let it go. Dropping down. Feeling good. All the way down. Let it go. Now, I know some of you maybe are asking yourselves, how does that work? That's amazing. Our social media people, that is unbelievable. No, it's because she took the suggestion. She's allowing the suggestion. She's fully comprehensive right now. She understands exactly what's going on. She can hear me, and she knows exactly what's going on in the room. However, she's in a very safe spot where she feels safe, secure, and very comfortable. That's a hypnotic phenomenon. Now, again, like I said, I didn't take everybody into the deepest state of where we can go, where we start doing the applications of hypnotherapy. That's a different experience. It takes you into very deeper. I just wanted everyone to experience and feel what is really happening. So, what's your name?
Jessica.
Jessica, how do you feel? Body heavy, light, tingly, how do you feel?
I feel fine, actually.
Yeah. Do you have a dry mouth?
Not really.
Okay. So you feel nothing is taking place or nothing has happened?
Yeah, nothing.
Okay. So just sit up straight for me. Jessica?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Jessica, when you're ready, just go ahead and close your eyes and sleep. Eyes closed, let it go way down. Nothing has happened. Okay? And that's what our mind thinks. Because remember we talked about that critical factor? The critical factor will tell us, oh no. No. What we think and what we believe is what is. Right? Until we actually start experiencing. And the more we experience, right, 21 times, the more it becomes effective and how we make the changes. Yeah. Okay. So, how do you feel?
Good.
What is your name?
Anna.
Anna, how do you feel? Is your body heavy like tingly? How do you feel?
It's warm.
Warm. Yeah. Anything else?
Hands are heavy.
Yeah. I'm going to come over here a little bit. I'm going to shake my hand. Hi, Anna. You see how relaxed she is? Like there's no bones in her body. That is a phenomenon and a relaxed state. It's very, very powerful. I don't want to make a nice deep breath and sleep. Let your body all the way down, let it go. Way down. Just give you an idea, an example. How do you feel, my friend?
Relaxed.
Relaxed. Yeah, you are. Do me a favor. I'm going to take this chair. Why don't you get up out of that chair? I'm going to put you over here. I'm going to use you again. This is my analytical. The analyticals generally have a little bit more difficult time, but I'm very impressed where he's at and how he's allowed himself to go into this process. That is such a phenomenon to me, because again, I'm an analytical, so it took me a long time. So, how do you feel? Your body heavy, like tingly? How do you feel?
Legs are heavy, hands are heavy, fingers, feet a little tingly.
So feet are tingly. I'm just going to repeat this because he's a little soft-spoken because he's an introvert, right? So feet are tingly, hands are heavy.
Yeah, hands are tingly, feet is heavy, hands are heavy.
Hands are heavy, feet are tingly. Yeah. You have a dry mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your mind thinking about right now?
Nothing.
Excellent. That's exactly where we want you. And you see, again, do you see how limp, loose, like there's no bones in the body? That is a very relaxed state. Okay, and we haven't even done the full applications of hypnosis. This is just the beginning stages. What was your name again? Sleep. Left your body all the way down. I don't care what his name is. It doesn't matter. But I do respect him, and I'm very glad he's experienced a phenomenal state of hypnosis. Good for all of you in this room. Excellent. Everyone with their eyes closed. In a moment, we'll count to 3. You remain in hypnosis. You open your eyes, feeling absolutely phenomenal in every way. I want to say some really cool things. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open, everybody. Sit up straight. Sit up straight. Sit up straight. Anna, could you do me a favor? Just slide your chair up a little bit so we can get you a little bit more into the circle. Excellent. Now, I'm going to show you some really cool things of the levels you can take hypnosis to, okay? And where your mind could go. Because this is the applications, like I said, if you want to make those changes, they can be instant, they can happen that quickly. I'm going to show you some really cool things. Okay, so what we have here is a deck of cards. All right, and I want you to look at these cards. What was your name again?
Vishal.
Look at the cards. Tell me, make sure they're regular deck of cards, bicycle deck, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, nothing, there's no trap doors, nothing funky about those cards.
Yeah.
No jokers in there, so we got a full deck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Generally with a full deck of playing cards, they come with jokers, okay? So we have a full deck of cards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cards back into the box. Okay, watch, go back into the box, correct? In the box? Okay, good. I'm going to seal the box back up. Now you, my friend, now watch this, folks. This is some of the applications of hypnosis. You hold on to the box. Look at me. Look at me. In a moment, you can open that box. You will not be able to remove the cards from the box. No matter how hard you try, you'll not be able to remove those cards. Go ahead and open the box. Remove the cards. But you can't remove the cards because I just gave you a hypnotic suggestion that you cannot remove those cards no matter how hard you try. What's the matter? What's the problem?
Cannot remove them.
Tip them upside down? Maybe tip them upside down? Well, you can't. What's the problem?
I cannot remove them.
You can't remove the cards from the book? I'll take the box. You're telling me that these cards cannot be removed from the box. These cards right here. Is that what you're telling me? Same cards, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing funny about the cards?
Well, there is something here. There's a
Well, 2 more cards. Okay. All right, I'll give you the box back. You can open the box. Okay. Here's my analytical. Try to understand and figure out what's going on, right? Here you go. What's the matter?
I'm trying to find the latch.
Okay, I'll take the box. Okay, that's simple suggestion. Again, and I'm just showing you in an entertainment way how hypnosis works, right? That's how powerful it is. We're going to do one more thing, and I'm going to show you how the mind works. So like I mentioned earlier, I've been doing this for a long time, and so this is how hypnosis works, okay? what we have here is a simple dice, and I'm going to pass the dice around just to make sure, again, there's no trap doors, it's not a trick dice, none of that at all, right? It's a 15 millimeter dice, the same dice that they use in casinos and professional gambling places, okay? A normal dice. And so I'm going to pass it around just to make sure everybody gets a good look at it, to make sure that there's nothing wrong with the dice. We'll pass the cup around too. This is your cup, by the way. We've got all these things here from your company. And so I'm just going to show you some really cool things on how the mind works and how you can get to the highest potential of hypnosis. Okay, so everybody's good with that. Dice looks good. So I don't want to touch the dice. You, my friend, let's go ahead and grab that dice over there. I don't want to touch the dice. That way nobody thinks I'm doing anything tricky with it. Okay? Cup is good, right? Solid cup? Mm-hmm. Okay. So take the cup as well. Okay. Have a seat over here. Excellent. Now, my friend, okay, go ahead and put the dice in the cup. I don't want to touch anything at this point. Now, I want you to try along this with me, and at home, on social media, I want you to try it as well. Just drop it inside. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to put your hand over the top of that cup, and you start shaking it up, right? Do that now. Okay, stop. Now, once you stop, once we do this officially, you'll take your hand off and look at the top number. Okay, you got it? Okay, so let me see what it is right now. Okay? And that's how this is going to work. But I'm not going to see what it is. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you again how to use your mind. Now, I've been doing this a long time, and so what I'm about to show you is many, many, many years of experience and refinement. Okay? Now, some of you in this room might be able to get this as well. But we're going to do it with me first, and we're going to do it with everybody and everyone at home. Okay? So, my friend, you're going to do the same thing. I'm going to step over here so I don't see anything. You're going to shake the cup up, and when you're done shaking to your satisfaction, you'll stop. When you do stop, you'll take your hand, look at the number of the dice, and just to confirm that you and I are setting this up, you'll go show somebody in this room so they know what the number is as well. Okay? So whenever you're ready, go ahead. Okay, that's good. We have enough committee. Okay, you're going to have a seat. Have a seat. Don't let me see it. Keep your hand on top. I want you to think about that number, my friend. Do not say what it is. Okay? Again, like I said, this is the higher levels of hypnosis. When you start making changes in your life, these are some things you can get in touch with. Okay? So what I want you to do with that number, open your eyes. I want you to put it up on a blackboard in your mind only. So is the board black, green, or a white board?
Green.
Green. And I want you to write the number out in big letters on the board in your mind. And what he's doing is he's sending the information to me through the hypnotic state, because remember, we're all in hypnosis, correct? So, very good, my friend. He's a good sender. Mm-hmm. So the number on that dice is 5. Is it 5?
Yes.
Committee? 5. Now that could be luck, that could be chance, right? You just got it the first time. It's like Vegas. You roll the dice, you got lucky, right? So we'll try it again. All right? Go ahead and do it again, my friend. We'll do it one more time. Are you done?
Yeah.
Did you look at it?
It's the same.
Yeah, I know. Let's change it. Do it again. You happy with that one, or you want to change it?
Let's change it.
Okay. Go ahead. You good with that? You good? Okay, let's show 2 people. That way we keep it fair. Good. Have a seat. Do the same thing for you. Put it up on the board. He showed it to you, right? Yeah. 3 is the number 3. 3. Is it 3?
Yes.
Good. Give him a nice round of applause. Okay, so now we're all going to do this. Okay? Remember, on a die, there's the numbers 1 through 6. Okay? Sometimes when I do this demonstration, some people say 12. Where they get the 12 is I'm not sure. There's only 1 through 6 on a die. Okay? So what we're going to do this time, my friend, you're going to do it with us as well. Because you're just going to shake it up, put your hand on top, but do not look this time. And keep your hand on it, and then we're going to go through each one of you to get in touch with your intuition, to get in touch with your higher power of, like I said, when you get to the levels that I'm at to be able to receive this information, that's how you can make the changes in your life. So go ahead, start shaking up. When you're done, just stop, and then we'll go down the line. So remember, only think of the first number that comes to your mind, folks. Don't change it. This is what we do in our life with our issues. We outthink ourselves, or we outtalk ourselves, right? And so with this simple demonstration, if you stick to the first number, you might in fact really understand and get what's happening here, okay? Now, what's your number?
3.
Stand up for me.
I was going to say 3 too.
Stand up.
1.
4. 8.
8?
Have it.
It's only 1.
I thought it's okay. Never mind.
Okay.
5.
1.
1.
2.
Okay.
Misha?
Don't look.
I wasn't think 5.
Okay. Now, I'm going to go with 3 because that's where my intuition, that's where my higher power is directing me. Now, I just got 2 hits, right? Sometimes I don't get this. I might be wrong on this as well. But the reason I said 3 is I had you guys stand up because now we're in a group and there's strength in numbers. So I believe it is 3. For the first time, go ahead and open it up. Tell us what it is nice and loud.
It's 3.
3. Yeah, give them a nice round of applause. Okay. That is getting in touch, again, with what I'm trying to say to you. Getting in touch with the most powerful part of your brain, the subconscious mind, 88%. That's a simple demonstration. Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. It's crazy. I know. All right, so I've shown you guys a lot of cool things here today. So we're going to wrap it up. Is there any questions before we wrap everything up and I get you out of hypnosis? Wow.
Can
Still
you please do this deck of cards with me? I want to see if it's working on me or not. If I get rid of it.
Anna, I think that by what we've seen today and everyone has witnessed in this room, I believe and know it will work with you. Right, guys? Am I wrong? Yeah. Because we've already seen where Anna's at. But we'll do it after we get it done. That we can wrap it up for our social media.
Okay.
Fair enough. And I think you have to go as well because it's now 2:25.
I texted the teacher.
Oh, good for you. Okay. All right. So everyone's satisfied with that? Any questions from our social media?
We're all just amazed.
You're
Yeah.
amazed. I'm amazed as well.
Speechless.
Because again, all this is like doing it for the first time for me. Again, I do this all over the world, all over the country, and every experience is different because everybody brings something different to what is happening. So I'm amazed as well.
I have a
So,
question.
yes,
What was the craziest request that someone asked you to do?
the craziest request. Wow, I have to think about that for a second. See, to me, I just don't think there is anything crazy because where I came from, where there was a lot of issues in my life and a lot of things I wanted to work on, especially my shyness and just really trying to speak with people. I wouldn't even go to parties. That's how bad it was for me. So I think whatever comes to me, I believe the changes can be made with the applications of hypnosis. So to me, I don't see them. It's more like a doctor's perspective. It's very black and white. There's no emotion to it, and there's no thought. It's like this is the issue that I have. This is what I'm presenting to you with. Can you help me with that? And there are some things that hypnosis hypnosis is not for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It just either you want it to work or you don't want it to work. It's really that simple. And so a lot of the things I've heard over the years, I mean, I could tell you what they are, and then you could judge them as, oh, that's really crazy and that's really insane. Or you can go even the other direction, like the story I shared with you a little bit earlier about the small boy who was thumb sucking. Some people think that's odd. You know what I mean? So it really depends. It's really subject to the individual, how they think. So to me, it's a great question, but I think everything can be possible with the applications of hypnosis, and those changes can be made. And there have been some that even I stepped back and went, that's a little strange, you know? But it wasn't really strange. It's not strange to the individual. And so the difficult thing to do, folks, is to stand in that mirror every morning and to really look at your reflection and to say, look, these are the things that are going on in my life that are not healthy and the things that I need to make a change with, but I don't know how and I don't have the tools. And so the ones who really are honest with themselves and truthful are the ones who are ready to make that step, just like everybody here in this room. And my modality, obviously, is hypnosis, and where I've seen phenomenal changes, again, not only within my own personal life, but millions of people when they allow it to take effect. All right, any more questions before we get you out of hypnosis? Pam, are you good with your questions?
I think she's all set.
Excellent. All right, so let's get you out of hypnosis, and then you guys can carry on with the rest of your day. Good enough? All right, so sit up straight, feet flat on the floor. Oh, you're good right here. Hands flat atop your laps, eyes closed. As your eyes are closed now, folks, in a few moments, I'm going to take all of you out of hypnosis, although some of you don't think you're in hypnosis, but you are in hypnosis. And since you were in my guidance and my care for the last, longer than I thought, it's been a long time, actually. And then we'll talk about that time distortion when we're done with hypnosis to see how long you think you're in hypnosis. But for those of you who have the analytical mind or the rational mind who's saying, I don't think I was in hypnosis, yes, you were in hypnosis this entire process. And if your eyes are closed and you're sitting there right now, not only here in this room, but on social media, all across the globe, you're in hypnosis because you took the suggestion. And that's how quick and how fast hypnosis works. And that's how natural it is. So, in a moment, take all of you out of hypnosis. I do some count 0 to 5. When I get to 5, get up your eyes feeling refreshed, relaxed in every way, ready to face the rest of your day, feeling amazing, with more confidence in your life and higher self-esteem in your life. And as long as you've been in hypnosis, ladies and gentlemen, is equivalent to just about 8 hours of restful sleep. That is a true fact. This little mini vacation you just took is going to allow you to have more energy the rest of the day, feeling absolutely amazing with big smiles on your face, feeling absolutely phenomenal. So you're ready to go back down to sleep tonight. You'll sleep quickly, soundly, and deeply. You have one of the best night's sleep you've had in a very long time. Upon awakening of your natural sleep state tomorrow, you're ready to face a new day with a suggestion that you're going to give yourself. A suggestion that's going to take place right here, right now. Again, not because I say so. It is your desire to experience your maximum potential. I'm going to give you a few moments right now to create that suggestion in your mind of how you would like to change something in your life. So if it's smoking, weight, confidence, better job performance, better at sports, better relationships, making more money. Again, those are just some suggestions. I want you to think about what you would like to change in your life as you think about that right now. Again, one change, folks. Because some of you are going to allow that change to take place right here, right now. Again, not because I say so, not because I sprinkled any magic dust on you. It's because you're allowing the process to take effect within your own mind. You see, you have the power within yourself. And hopefully today I've reached you to understand how you can access that power. And through the applications of hypnosis, you can reach that maximum potential and that power almost instantly. Get right into the subconscious mind and start making those changes effective from negative to positive the way you choose to do so. And as that suggestion becomes manifested in your mind, in a moment I'm going to count 0 to 5. When I get to 5, you can open your eyes, refreshed, relaxed, ready to face the rest of your day, feeling amazing in every way. Completely tolerated hypnosis and suggestible only to yourselves. 0, coming up to 1, 2, 3, start to come back to the room. 4, smile starting to come on your face. Matter of fact, the more you don't smile, the harder you try not to smile, the more you will smile. 4, eyes starting to open now, and 5, eyes open, wide awake, completely tolerated hypnosis. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, wide awake, completely tolerated hypnosis. Excellent. Now, any last questions before we wrap it up? Okay, everyone take your right fist, clench it down like this. And now we're going to deeply reinforce that suggestion you gave yourself. Okay, I don't know what that is. If you want to talk to me about it later, I'm more than happy to discuss that with you. If you're at home, my contact information I would think is going to be on this video. If not, my website is hypnotist.com. Email me, all the great information of learning more about hypnosis on that website. So it's hypnotist.com or Hollywood Hypnotist Kevin Stone. So clench your right fist down. Count of 3, we're going to lunge it into the air. You're going to yell as loud as you possibly can. I feel great. Because you look great, you feel great, and you guys did absolutely amazing. So here we go. Everyone, all together, count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I feel great.
All together, nice and loud. 1, 2, 3.
I feel great.
One more time. 1, 2, 3.
I feel great.
You guys are awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. Many, many thanks to the people who put this thing together. Of course, I am so humbled to be here, and it's such an honor to share powerful information with people. I'm so thankful for being here. So I want you to thank your boss, which is Isaac, who really was instrumental. Stephanie, who was really the liaison, and we put this thing together. Dave talking back and forth on the phone. I thank all of you. May God bless you. Any more information, you know how to get a hold of me. I hope to see all of you again very, very soon in the near future. Have a wonderful day, folks. Good day.
Thank you.
Guys, 1 second, please. Because of the extra energy that Kevin just gave us, we're going to stay tonight until 8 o'clock.
Luckily, I deprogrammed you from the suggestions, so that suggestion will not take effect. Isaac, thank you so much.
Kevin, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.